Have you ever noticed how we've been taught that, to succeed, we need to work ourselves to exhaustion? Well, that's a big lie. The truth is, working too hard might be sabotaging your business and your health. Sounds weird, right? But imagine this. What if the key to achieving more in less time was working smart, not hard? In this video, I'll show you why this idea of always being busy is destroying your productivity, and how you can start turning things around today. What is burnout and why is it affecting you? Have you ever heard someone say they're burnt out at work? Chances are, you've felt it yourself. But here's the thing. Burnout isn't just tiredness. It's a silent enemy that goes beyond the physical, impacting your mental and emotional health. And if you're an entrepreneur or freelancer, the risk is even higher. Think about it. When you're your own boss, there's no clear line between work and rest. Every minute feels like an opportunity you can't afford to waste, right? But in reality, this mindset is pushing you to the edge. Working long hours without breaks, thinking success is just around the corner. It's a trap. The problem is, by the time you notice it, your mind is already drained, your creativity vanishes, and your productivity plummets. And the worst part? Burnout doesn't just affect your work. It drains your energy, impacts your personal relationships, and can even harm your physical health. So, why is this happening? Because we've been led to believe that, to be successful, you have to work until you drop. That's simply not true. If you keep going down this path, burnout will hit you hard, and the consequences can be devastating. Now that you understand the danger, it's time to learn how to avoid this trap and start working smarter. And the first step is recognizing the signs before it's too late. Recognize the warning signs. Don't wait until you hit rock bottom. Now, let's get to the crucial point. How do you know if you're about to fall into the burnout trap? The signs are there, but we often ignore them or think it's just another tough phase. Big mistake. Ignoring these signs is like driving with the oil light on. You know something's wrong, but you keep speeding up. The first symptoms can be subtle, but they're powerful warnings. Extreme fatigue, even after a full night's sleep. A lack of motivation, like the job you love suddenly feels like a boring chore. Procrastination, where you spend more time fooling around than actually getting things done. Not to mention irritability, which comes out of nowhere and affects both your relationships and your ability to make good decisions. The worst part? This mental and emotional exhaustion soon starts to take a toll on your body. You begin to feel aches that weren't there before, your sleep turns into a nightmare, and productivity, well, that disappears. Everything becomes harder, slower, and then comes that overwhelming sense of guilt. Why can't I do more? All of this happens because you believed you could handle it all. But the reality is that both your body and mind have limits, and once you cross them, burnout hits hard. The question is, are you going to keep ignoring these signs and let exhaustion take over? Or will you start acting now to change this situation? The art of working smarter. Less can be more. Now that you know how to spot the warning signs, it's time to understand what's really wrong. It's not about working more, it's about working better. The idea that being constantly busy equals success is a huge trap. Many people still believe that productivity is measured by the number of hours worked. But the truth is, the more time you spend on unnecessary tasks, the further you drift from what really matters. So, how do you work smarter? The secret is prioritization. Not everything needs to be done right now, and not everything needs to be done by you. Knowing what's truly important is the first step. We often spend hours dealing with minor details that, in the end, don't bring any real results. Focus on what truly adds value to your business. Also, delegation and automation are essential allies. If you're doing everything yourself, the risk of burnout is huge. Use technology to your advantage. There are tools that can automate processes, saving you time and energy. And remember, delegating isn't a sign of weakness, it's strategy. By freeing up mental and physical space to focus on what really matters, you avoid burnout. Productivity isn't about doing more things, it's about doing the right things. And this can be the difference between an efficient workday and a day full of frustration. Working smarter is the key to avoiding burnout and achieving real results. Set clear boundaries. Don't let work take over your life. Now that you're starting to grasp how to work smarter, here comes the toughest challenge for many entrepreneurs and freelancers: setting clear boundaries between work and personal life. If you work from home or are solely responsible for your business's success, it might seem impossible to separate the two. After all, every minute away from work feels like a missed opportunity, right? But here's the truth. If you don't set boundaries, work will consume every part of your life. You'll end up taking tasks to bed, thinking about projects while trying to relax, and before you know it, your mental health will take a dive. That's when burnout knocks on the door. So, what can you do? Setting fixed work hours is a great solution. Yes, I know being a freelancer or entrepreneur gives you schedule flexibility, but that doesn't mean you should work anytime, all the time. Define a clear start and end to your workday. This helps your mind understand that after a certain point, it's time to rest and recharge. Another essential tip: create transition rituals. Small habits that signal to your brain that the workday is over and now it's time to focus on yourself. It could be something simple, like a quick walk, a relaxing shower, or even a few minutes of reading. These moments help switch off the work mode and activate rest mode. When you set clear boundaries, your work productivity improves, and your personal life becomes more fulfilling. Working non-stop isn't sustainable, and without these boundaries, burnout is just a matter of time. Take care of your mental health. You're not a machine. Here's a hard truth to swallow, but it's crucial. You're not a machine. And even if you were, machines need maintenance too. If you don't take care of your mental health, sooner or later, your body and mind will force you to stop, and that stop might be much more painful than the few hours of rest you've been denying yourself. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And for entrepreneurs and freelancers, constantly dealing with uncertainty and excessive demands, it's even more critical. Believe me, taking time to care for yourself won't delay your success, it will actually speed up your growth. When your mind is in the right place, your decisions are sharper, your ideas flow, and your productivity soars. Simple practices can make all the difference. Meditation, for instance, might seem distant or too spiritual, but studies have proven it reduces stress and improves focus. If meditation isn't your thing, how about a 10-minute walk outside? Or setting aside time for a hobby that relaxes you? And never underestimate the power of talking to someone. Therapy or professional counseling can give you the perspective you need to deal with work challenges. Often, just one conversation with a professional helps you realize you don't need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You don't have to wait until you're completely burned out to start taking care of yourself. Adding small moments of self-care into your daily routine is the best way to prevent burnout and keep your mind and body in peak condition. Work sustainably, not just hard. Here's the main point. Working hard isn't the path to success, working sustainably is. You might keep up with the frantic pace for a while, but in the long run, your body and mind will demand a price. The truth is, only those who can maintain a balanced routine, with clear boundaries and self-care, can sustain success without sacrificing their health. Think about it. What's the point of reaching your professional goals if you're completely drained, both physically and emotionally? If the work that once was your passion now feels like an unbearable burden? To be truly successful, you need to be whole, present, and focused. And that's only possible when you stop glorifying exhaustion and start valuing balance. Now, take a look at your routine. Are you allowing yourself enough rest? Are you making time to care for your mental and physical health? Are you working strategically, or just racing against the clock? These reflections are essential to avoid burnout from taking over your life. Now that you know how to work smart to avoid burnout, I want to know, what will you change in your routine starting today? Drop a comment and let me know which strategy you'll adopt first. And if this content helped you, share it with a friend who also needs to hear this. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more practical tips that can transform your productivity and keep you healthy as you grow your business. Let's go together on this journey to sustainable success. The solution is in your hands. Creating healthy habits, setting clear boundaries, and adopting a smarter approach to work will not only protect your health but also boost your results. Work smart, take care of yourself, and build a sustainable path to success.